On the surface, the EasySMX M20 might look like your standard mobile gaming controller, but I assure you this one has a couple of unique features that set it apart from the rest. What's up gamers, welcome to Bono's Gaming. The M20 is here and I can't wait to test it out with you. But if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. We do all kinds of mobile gaming controller reviews, retro handheld reviews like this RG Rotate. I have a review coming on that real soon. I'd love for you to stick around and be a part of this positive community. But back to the M20, this does have a lot of what we've come to expect in a decent controller, including full-size Hall effect sticks that feel excellent. It has clicky tactile face buttons, as well as a nice D-pad. There's a good amount of tension on the springs here. I love how EasySMX does have a flexible USB-C port so that you don't damage the USB-C port on your phone. You also get two programmable back buttons, M1 and M2, and dual mode triggers. These are Hall effect triggers. Now they can be used as analog triggers or by the flip of a switch, quick triggers or like digital triggers. It also has adjustable vibration, so yes, there are vibration motors inside the controller for haptic feedback, and it does have a turbo button right there. I'll be using an iPhone 15 here today, but to connect that phone, you're just going to push out right there, connect with the USB-C port, and you can see it's lighting up right away. We have backlit face buttons and they look really cool. They almost have like this neon glow to them, and I really love that. We also get an illuminated start button right there, but no RGB sticks, which is totally fine with me. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. Now for the record, they did go through some iterations here at EasySMX and they did send me this controller for review, but it does fit an iPhone 17 Pro Max, but you can use any USB-C phone, whether it's iPhone or Android basically. And I think maybe for the first time with EasySMX, you can even use an iPad mini USB-C version. It does stretch enough to give you that space for an iPad mini. Now, inevitably in the comments, a question I always get is, can I do remote play with this device? So let me just walk through what this device can be used for. Basically, when it comes to native mobile games, whether that's Call of Duty Mobile, Fortnite, whatever that you can download from your app stores, as long as that game has controller support, and not all games do, you can use this controller with those games. I see a lot of comments about Call of Duty Mobile specifically because it has controller support on iOS, but not on Android for some reason. If you're using an Android phone, you will not have controller support unless Call of Duty has changed it, and they very well could. But if COD Mobile still doesn't have controller support on an Android, you won't be able to use this controller with it. However, any game that does have controller support, you can use this controller for. But the second most frequently asked question is, can it use remote play? And I'm happy to say that yes, you can remotely control your console through your phone with these controllers. And good news is it works beautifully, just like it should. I mean, some of this is dependent on your internet speeds, how close your console is to your router, things like that. You know, there are things out of the controller's control, but this is a viable option for playing games in your Xbox library. It also works with Steam Link, so you can use this with your Steam library. I also love that I have a circular D-pad just like the Xbox while playing my Xbox games, but this brings me to the first of the two unique features of this controller, and that's that this D-pad is detachable. Just pull straight up and you can detach that one, and it comes with a second D-pad that's slightly more traditional. Now you still do get that circular form factor, which in my opinion makes it very clear where your diagonals are, but it is shaped differently and it does have more of a traditional D-pad look and feel. But I know many of you are not going to be playing Xboxes, you're going to be playing PlayStations, and you wonder, can I play this with PlayStation 5? And yes you can. And that brings me to the second of the two unique features of this controller. And here it is with my PS5 pulled up, ready to play. To play some God of War Ragnarok or Ratchet and Clank. All of it runs really smoothly, just like the Xbox, and that's great. But this controller comes with a tiny little screwdriver right here, and this screwdriver is used for something very unique. Here we go. The best feature of this controller, are you ready for this? Is this right here. It's now a PlayStation controller. It's now a PlayStation controller. It has PlayStation buttons that are also backlit and different colors. So you can switch with the twist of a screw from Xbox to PlayStation. Boom! How crazy is that? I am a little confused why the start button goes from white on Xbox to green on PlayStation. I feel like those should be backwards. But I don't even care. Why has no one made this happen before? Maybe they have and I just didn't know about it. But this is a really crazy feature that I absolutely love about this controller. Not only do these buttons look fantastic and have this really cool like 3D, almost like holographic effect. I'm trying to show it off there. But you can change them from Xbox to PlayStation, from PlayStation to Xbox. Maybe you like seeing ABXY when you're playing PC games even, and you want to switch to your PlayStation cross, circle, triangle, square when you're playing on your PS5. I don't know, but I just love that they thought, hey, let's try this. Let's try something new. I mean, if you're playing online, Call of Duty, Fortnite, whatever it is people play nowadays, maybe for online competitive shooters, you don't want to use a mobile controller streaming from your console, but for pretty much anything else, I see no reason why you shouldn't be able to do this, especially if you're in a home where maybe other people are using the TV or whatever, and you just want to have some time to game on your console. You can use your phone to remote play, and it works super well. As much as I love that they included a screwdriver so you could switch your buttons here, there's really nothing to do with this when you're not using it. And I think it would have been really awesome if they had designed this just a little bit differently, where maybe it wasn't this large, but it slotted into the controller somehow, you know, like the Nintendo DS used to have this spot where you could stick the stylus in on, it could have been up here or whatever, just somewhere where you could have hidden this until you needed it, popped it out, and then switched your buttons, and then popped it back in so that it was always with you. Because again, I could see one of the major use cases here being traveling with this. Maybe you're on vacation or something and you want to play PlayStation one day while you're relaxing, and the next day you want to play Xbox or PC while you're relaxing by the pool, whatever. Are you really going to want to carry this little screwdriver with you while you're on vacation? I don't think you are, and so I do wish there was a way to hide that somewhere inside the controller. I'm not an engineer, so maybe that's just too difficult to accomplish. I don't know, but I think that really would have added to the functionality of this feature. But that about wraps up my thoughts about the excellent M20 mobile gaming controller from EasySMX. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you like the fact that this switches buttons? Is that useful to you in any way? Let me know if you are a dual gamer like me who likes multiple devices. But until next time, thanks for watching, liking, subscribing. Stay kind and encouraging out there, and I'll catch you on the flippity flip.